So I know you guys are hyped, but let's hype you up even more. Now we know that full production of Project Highland has already began in Giga Shanghai, and they were on a rotational schedule for producing the old model and the new model at the exact same time. On the 14th of August, which is just 2 days ago from this video, they stopped production of the current Model 3 design and moved over to the brand new Highland design, which we've been anticipating all this time, and it's finally happening. We are going to be seeing the Project Highland Model 3s on the roads in the next few weeks. So what's happening now is if you go on to the Tesla website Design Studio and you order yourself a brand new Model 3, you do have two options here. One is to take inventory vehicle and the other one is to take a brand new vehicle, but the delivery date is going to be pushed further back, meaning that you are pretty much guaranteed a new Model 3 as soon as it drops. However, this only applies to countries taking vehicles from Giga Shanghai. So if you are in the States and getting a vehicle from Giga Fremont, you are not going to see this shift just yet. So here's what's happening. Everything here falls in line with exactly what's coming out of China news. According to China local news and publications, they have already begun taking pre-orders from some of their stores. Sina Finances, which is a large local media network in China, has reported earlier today that the availability of the Model 3 Highland is going to happen within just 15 days. This is probably why China stores have already started taking pre-orders for the Project Highland vehicles. Now there isn't any specifics on which store that is, but if you do walk into your local one, you are going to be able to ask a local advisor if you can reserve your spot for this new vehicle. Now I'll drop this link and many others in the description below if you guys want to read that, but everything is in Chinese, so you have to translate it, which I will drop on the screen here as well for you guys to take a look at. It clearly says that within 15 days the availability of the Model 3 refresh is going to happen, and I don't doubt that whatsoever with everything that's going on right now. What this also means is that there won't be an official announcement for this new redesign, and it might just simply appear in your design studio on the very next day. This is very different than what had happened with the redesign of the Model S and X, and I've talked about that in the last video. If you guys want to check that out, I'll drop it in the description and right up top there. But essentially it wasn't for the redesign that a whole event was held. It was mainly for the revolutionizing plaid motors. So unless the Model 3 has some revolutionizing hardware inside, we're probably not going to be seeing an official announcement just for this switch. Now, with the news just recently coming out earlier today with the local Chinese stores taking pre-orders for the Model 3 Highlands, it means that probably the Model 3 is going to first launch in China and then slowly make its way over to different countries. If you are in a country that takes a delivery of a Model 3 from Giga Shanghai, you are probably next on the list after the local deliveries. And if you do live in the US, you're gonna have to wait until Fremont gets their production line up and ready. So this means that for the very first time, we are going to be getting something a little bit more delayed than the rest of the countries. So yeah, I guess this makes up for FSD beta not being available to the rest of the world. You guys are going to get something ahead of us. Now, what's even more interesting is just recently we started seeing prototypes running around the streets of China, which is extremely rare. So this means that Tesla was testing the Model 3 all along within the grounds of Giga Shanghai, and we just haven't been able to see it because of all the laws and regulations behind the drone shots. And I guess all this now makes sense because all the vehicles being tested in New Zealand and other parts of the world right now probably all came from Giga Shanghai rather than coming from Fremont. So yeah, there we have it. If all the stars align, we are probably going to be seeing by the end of August the design studio change for the rest of the world, and then by mid-September, that's probably when the first delivery is going to happen. In terms of what's happening within China, this might be just a rare exception that they are going to be seeing the vehicle way ahead of everybody else just due to competition from other EV manufacturers. So yeah, let's all be hopeful here and let's not continue to bash John for not being able to mind read when the delivery date is going to happen. I'm just providing you guys all the info and all the news that are coming out. You and I were all very stoked for this, and I can't wait to share more information with you guys. With so much going on with the Cybertruck, the Model 3, and the rest of the lineup, I'm unable to push out as much videos as I want with you guys. Please stay tuned for much more and hit that subscribe and that bell notification if you haven't already done so, and follow follow me on Twitter or X at HeyJohnE. That's where I'll be sharing a lot of information and just my personal life with you guys outside of the typical YouTube stuff. This should wrap it up for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is John. Once again, peace out.